Hey, my wonderful, wonderful beauties, my wonderful people, a pleasant afternoon to you. Listen to me now, beautiful people. This is no longer a laughing matter. Well, it was never a laughing matter, and I'm using the terminology loosely because I want people to understand the gravity, the serious nature behind our healthcare system here in Jamaica. Now, I was watching the news last evening, and the grandmother of a recently deceased 14-year-old and her grandchild and the deceased child battling for his or her life. I'm not sure if it's a girl or boy, a day or two or so old, either a day old or a few days old, was, in my estimation, unnecessarily sent home out of earth before time. Let us say it that way. Unnecessarily. So the grandmother stated that they paid for a cesarean section, C-section, because the young lady, who was a former student of, I think it's either St. Hugh's or Queens. I think it was Queens High School. I saw the uniform. They were showing a picture of her. And yes, I think it is Queens, but I could be wrong. So I don't think it was St. Hugh's, because I don't recall seeing the blue and white and so uniform. And 14-year-old got pregnant. Things happen. She got pregnant, and the mother, because of the frailty of her body, her body's still so young. It's still too young, to be bearing children. Although in some cultures, like certain Indian cultures, you'll hear that you have mothers having children as young as 8. Once you start to see puberty, what they call your menstrual cycle, you're able to bear a child once that begins. That's what I'm told. I really haven't done any study. I just grew up hearing that, and I believed it to be true. I could, and so the 14-year-old youthful body, so the mother said, you know what, let her not have it natural, because it's too much pressure. She's not fully developed. She's still a child. So we're going to pay for the cesarean section, which the mother did, the C-section. And because the doctors had gone on strike, they had taken out an industrial action against the government for poor salaries, which they have been crying out for a long time. The mother was told that, there are no, I suppose, maybe surgeons, I guess, or whomever it is, to do the cesarean. So the daughter has to have natural birth. And she said, no, I know that her body is too young. It is not fully developed. She cannot do that. She has to do a cesarean section. And they said that it makes no sense that we refer you to, like, let's just say, for example, another public hospital, because there are no doctors there. Correct. However, where I fault them, and in a sense the mother, is that the mother should have said, you know what, let me find a private doctor to go to. Let me find a private, it's going to be an arm and a leg, but I'm going to have to work out something with them, because the arm and a leg is still not invaluable, or it is still not of equal value to my child's life. So I'm going to put my child's life first and my grandchild's life first. So let us find a private doctor. And I'm saying that maybe the mother was so, worried, and her angst was, at an all high. So she probably didn't even think about that. The doctor could have made a reference or referral to a private doctor. And I could be wrong. I'm going to use the laws of induction and deduction. Induction meaning we generally look at how we perceive people. People generally judge you by your status, how you speak, how you dress. This is a lady who is seeming from the inner city, based on how she dressed, based on how she spoke, and her disposition. Had she been of the upper echelon, if she was of the upper echelon, they probably would not have gone to a public facility. But let us say, they would have referred her to private, say to her, it's going to be far more costly, but this is what we are recommending. We are going to exhaust all possibilities. Now the mother, and when I saw the mother crying because it is so painful, her daughter has not even lived any life. The grandchild is battling for life, and all they had to do was to refer her to a private, you have like Natal Hospital and some of the other places. They could have referred her there and say, the ladies, I mean, I don't know how the labor thing goes, you know, and so on. So she's, we're going to send her there immediately. She's 14. She cannot handle natural delivery. She's going to do a cesarean section. Simply do that. Transfer whatever balance over there, or say to mommy, you're going to have to make whatever payments, and so on. We have no care and value for the human life, and especially when we think that the human life is of no worth, because these are inner city people. They don't contribute to the growth and the development of the financial fabric of the country. They are nobodies. Because had it been somebody of the middle to upper echelons in the society, I'm not sure the response would have been the same. I can understand, in a sense, the mother should have thought about that, but let us give her, you know, a sort of compassion, exude compassion to her, because she's now anxious, she's now frightened, not knowing what to do. Her daughter is crying and said she's sick and how she's feeling, and she can't manage that natural birth delivery. So they could, you know, it didn't probably come to her mind, or maybe she said that maybe it came to her mind, but she said they're going to charge me. I don't know, but the doctors should have said, let me put it to her so that the blood is off my shoulder, so that she can't say I did not refer her there, or say I'm going to send her there. No, the 14-year-old's life was unnecessarily lost. It is scary when you're thinking about going to the hospital, because chances are when you go, you will not come out alive. You will not come out alive. It is very scary. It is very scary. It's like most people that go in, most do not come out alive. I never forgot, I have a friend who is a medical doctor for years. Said her mother went in for a simple surgery, minor surgery, and the lady did not come out alive. And if she can be a medical doctor and say that, I said, oh my God, she's a medical doctor and she's saying that, and she had issues with it, and this was some years ago. It has gotten, it is worse, it is horrible. And in this country, if the people do not have money, or they don't look like so and so from the upper echelons in society, or the skin color is not a particular, it's too dark, or you know, if it is not light and white, because you know, when you're light you're all right, when you're white you're all right, but when you're black, go right back to the back, or go back, in the minds of many. And if them consider you inner city, butu, whatever, dog, name your supper, dinner, breakfast and lunch, and in between snack. I'm disappointed greatly in the healthcare system here in Jamaica. The young lady did not have to lose her life. My mother had me via cesarean section, her 3 children, 3 of us, because she was an asthmatic, and she could not, you know, put that pressure on her body. Can you imagine if they had done that? Maybe all of us would have been not even here, including her. Including her. Honestly. And then all you're going to tell woman I'm sorry? I don't understand. Are you guys studying to become doctors, or studying to just sweep the street? I don't understand. Where is the care and the compassion and going above and beyond? I worked at a place that taught us to go above and beyond, exhaust all possibilities. If you can't do it, you just can't, but you exhaust all possibilities. Why didn't you refer them to a private practice? Let them pay. They would just have no choice. They would have no, what are they going to do? Which is more important, the child's life or the cost of the private doctor or surgeon or whatever it is? Which would be more important? The child's life. That child could have become somebody so great, where she contributes to the country. You see, we're nearsighted instead of farsighted, and I don't mean from an ophthalmologist perspective. It is a travesty of justice. I'm beyond disappointed in the healthcare system in this country. It is horrible and atrocious. Guys, you know what to do. Read TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe. Give one of them